This time will become but a small moment in life's scheme of things.
Amy Mills Jackson. I'm the coordinator, the theater coordinator here at Mountain View College. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday night here and to help us show these new plays to their playwrights and actually to have a talk back afterwards. I'd love to invite all of you to stay and talk with the actors, the directors, and the playwrights who are here tonight. It'll be a short talk back. We have an evening of 6 10-minute plays. It's about a little over an hour, and then we'll have the talk back, and then we can all go out for a drink, whatever. If you've noticed, we have some upcoming things happening in the theater department here this summer. We have a children's show that's happening here June 23rd through the 25th. It's completely free, and we'd love for everyone who has kids, grandkids, babies, everyone to come and enjoy the performance. I realized, as I'm standing up here, that many of you might not know how the 24-hour, 10-minute play festival goes. And here's what happens. So, in April, I chose 6 shows from submissions that were made to me for 10-minute plays. I chose 6 of them. I cast all 6 shows. I emailed everyone's script to them. I hired 6 directors from around town, and then everyone gathered at 6 o'clock yesterday, last night. We had some food, we had some fun, we had 5 hours of rehearsal. We came back at 9 o'clock this morning and checked the shows, rehearsed some more, had dinner, and now we're finally at the performance. So it's been a whirlwind 24 hours. The actors, directors, playwrights don't really know each other, so the first time that many of them are going to meet is going to be on stage tonight. So right now, please let me remind you to turn off your cell phones, and I think that's all I've got, so please sit back and enjoy the Rod Wilson 24-hour, 10-minute play festival.
Leonidas, Xerxes and the Persian Empire have just sacked Athens and burned her to the ground. Athens' navy and Sparta's army now are together. Greece's only hope.
Themistocles, I heard, old friend, and they're heading straight for Sparta. But first, I'll have to plead for reason past the politics of court, with elders who thwart common sense before we can even think about that.
The elders won't send their blessings to send the Spartan army before the holy ritual, the Carneia, has finished. But that is just an excuse so that they won't have to spend any money for a war against Xerxes.
Themistocles had enough trouble convincing the Athenians to finance a navy.
What will you do?
If they won't permit me to send an army, I will just have to rely on several older men who've always stood by my side to fight the Persians.
It's that other Spartan king, Leochidas, who opposes Sparta's army to fight just to save some money and whatever political power he gains among the Spartan elders.
gain nothing from fighting but the loss of my life. However, I am Sparta's king and in charge of her offense, whereas Leochidas is Sparta's other king over its defense. However, he has had his nose in Congress and its politics lately. Hey, I would rather sacrifice my duties as king, but whatever the outcome, I have no choice but to leave the fight, lest I sacrifice you and my family, my love.
Voice up! Voice up! Voice up! Emergency!
Say again?
Emergency! Cretin!
Allow me. I can translate, Leonidas. I am Leochidas, the Spartans' king of her defense.
You know a butcher is coming to slaughter its cattle, yet you present Sparta's neck for the butcher's cleaver.
Sparta has little monetary means. Besides, this might finance the armor and swords your army needs.
What does Sparta gain from this? Whether the butcher chops delicately, a chop is a chop, and the cattle still pay with their lives. Whose life will they die for? Sparta's or Xerxes's? Sometimes the best defense is its offense.
Perhaps you've been on the offensive, too busy being engaged in war to know best when war isn't always necessary.
And I think you have been on the defensive in Sparta for too long. Perhaps its riches have softened you.
Please, forgive my counterpart, Sparta's king of her army's deployment, for his ill-mannered behavior. He spent too much time in the field and has lost all refinement among rugged and rash soldiers.
I understand enough to know that you are Persian. You are an ambassador, am I correct?
Allez, not a year.
He says yes. He is an ambassador to the mighty Emperor Lord Xerxes.
Then, as an ambassador, you should be able to speak Greek, so why don't you?
Do you really understand who I am?
You are in my court, not Xerxes's. Why have you come, ambassador?
The Persian Empire, Xerxes, requires resources. The Persian Empire, Xerxes, has yet to receive homage from the Spartans and requires your resources immediately. I would advise, out of concern for the welfare of your home, women, and children, that you give willingly and promptly to the Persian Empire.
And what then? After I have handed over everything of Sparta, Xerxes will take away our wives to be whores for the Persian Empire and auction off our children as slaves, too.
Xerxes only requires Sparta's resources for now. Your women and children will be fine.
You say that now, they will be fine.
I have already consulted with King Leochidas, and he agrees that it is more beneficial serving Lord Xerxes rather than being against him.
If you have forgotten, Persian, I am a Spartan king too.
King Leonidas, please think twice for Sparta's sake, for we will gain an unstoppable ally. It is better for us to be gaining an ally than an enemy. All they want is our resources, and in return, we gain protection and wealth.
Sparta has the best soldiers that wealth can buy. And why do we need to rely on anyone else to shield us from harm's way? Persian, leave Sparta. You made your introduction. Now leave before I too become crazy as the previous king of Sparta and kick you down a well full of resources, just as the last Persian ambassador.
Then I will be sorry to inform Emperor Lord Xerxes. The Persian Empire has hundreds of thousands of soldiers who will trample the mountains around Sparta to a level plain so that Hades himself will think that hell is caving in on itself.
We don't need walls. Our men are our walls, and the ends of our spears are Sparta's boundaries.
Understand that this is the time of the Carnea, when it is sacrilegious for Sparta to go fight, lest we offend the gods.
King Leonidas, know too that Sparta has only 10,000 warriors. How can 10,000 soldiers fight against such a vast army?
The enemy will be on our doorstep soon. Sparta will be sacked, just like Troy.
We will certainly die or end up as slaves. Follow as the other Spartan king Leochidas does. and come to an agreement with the Persians.
Give them what they ask, and Sparta will see another day.
Would you rather be slaves? If not dead before then?
Then think about your wife and son. Are you willing to sacrifice their lives in exchange for death? The oracle prophesies that Sparta will fall or lose a king if we engage in war against the Persians, which then, either way, we lose. We mustn't fight.
That is the problem. The Persians have been sacking Greece city by city. The wolves are coming, and we're next. Whoever are south of the isthmus are relying on us. We mustn't make our allies wait, lest we lose them too.
The oracle has given the prophecy. For if we fight during the Carnea, Sparta will be doomed.
Sparta will not fight, lest we offend Apollo.
Do not forget the consequences that followed when Odysseus' crew ate the sun god's cattle. Thus Odysseus and his men went through punishment because he offended Apollo.
Unlike Odysseus, who slept as his men were left to their own erroneous ruin by killing and eating Apollo's forbidden cattle, I am awake. I'm trying to reason with you and prevent Sparta from making a grave mistake. If Greece falls, we too will surely be consumed by Xerxes' war machine.
As the oracle said, Sparta will fall or lose a king if we fight. The answer is no. The elders do not consent, nor do I, to wage war against the Persians.
The gods know best. The gods command our fortune. Fear the gods. Do as the gods say, Leonidas.
We cannot raise ourselves above the gods. Fear angering the gods, and we cannot resist the gods' will by provoking the Persians to wipe us out. Are you willing to sacrifice every man, woman, and child?
If I may interject, I too have heard a prophecy from the gods, Leonidas.
Everyone Themistocles of Athens, the politician, not a noble like some politicians without time in the field, but a populist among all Athenians.
I have heard another part of the prophecy from the gods, from the oracle. We must erect a wooden wall to stop Xerxes' army, lest he trample all of Greece in fire and ruin.
How can a wooden wall stop the march of the Persian Empire and their arrows lit with fire as at their ends when wood splinters and burns?
But that all depends on how you interpret the oracle's prophecy.
What? Why I never?
Yes, Athenians.
Could this be?
Please, Spartans, let's settle our differences, lest not only the Athenians suffer and be enslaved and killed, but our fellow Greeks, the Spartans as well, despite that you Spartans are the bravest and fiercest. This time Greece needs all Greeks to work together.
We cannot offend Apollo, lest he grant the Persians victory and punish the Spartans. Think about Sparta's wives and children. People. Why risk not just Sparta, but Sparta's families too?
We cannot offend Apollo, my friend. The Athenians will build 200 black-walled wooden triremes to stop Xerxes' navy and appease the gods.
Yes, you're right. We cannot offend Apollo or the religious rights we owe him. However, the oracle prophesies that a Spartan king must die, and Apollo demands a sacrifice. A human sacrifice, specifically, meaning a Spartan king if Sparta wishes to live.
We never meant for the prophecy to mean that.
What? This should do honor to the Carnea, and I elect myself for sacrifice to Apollo. Therefore, I ask just for 300 of my fellow brothers in arms and older men to witness this offering at the hut gates of Thermopylae.
Oh, very well then. I shall continue the negotiations. This meeting is adjourned.
Honor the Carnea and honor the gods.
Are you sure you're ready to pass through death's gates?
Was there ever a choice? These gods, they say, have already presaged the prophecy and consigned my death, whether Sparta sees her last days, old friend.
We'll talk about plans against Xerxes' army once we are out of earshot of the most wretched hive of scum and villainy, or as you call them, politicians.
know my responsibility and position to Sparta. There was no other way to gather just enough soldiers to fight against the Persians. With 300 soldiers, we can spring a trap and hold the Persians between the hot gates until the rites of the Carnea are finished.
But the Carnea, you must honor Apollo and Sparta's law to the Carnea. If you and your men fight the Persians, you risk offending the gods, especially the god Apollo.
We will still honor Sparta's laws and our gods. Certainly, only 300 men and I will die as a sacrifice to the gods when we fight against the Persians. But also, my men and I will uphold the law of Sparta by protecting her, as the law of Sparta demands of her soldiers to never submit nor retreat. Neglecting to defend Sparta is no different than leaving her soldiers behind to die. We just don't do that. After I have gathered my bodyguard, we will wait for the Persians at Thermopylae. Remember me. Even though I will die, you and our son Pleistarchus will live to see another dawn.
Come back walking to your wife and child, or return lying on your shield.
I'm such an idiot. Who is it?
It's me.
Finally. I'm sorry, Mitch. I'm having a rough night. Can I have a hug?
I can tell you're not doing too great.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing, it's just...
Do I look that bad?
No, of course not. I mean, well, your hair is in that top knot thing again. The messy one, not the casual one.
I was sleeping on it, jerk.
And your shirt is on backwards. And inside out.
If you do one, you gotta do the other, am I right?
Lucy, that's definitely not how that works.
Guess who doesn't care?
What's going on with you?
Nothing.
No, what is it?
Well, I just finished 2 pints of ice cream. That's where I'm at right now.
Let me guess. Bluebell?
Of course. It's the best.
No way. Ben and Jerry's is better.
I'm not in the mood for this argument right now, Mitch.
Okay. Is there any left? Oh, thanks a lot. I thought you loved me.
I do love you. I mean, you're my best friend. But when it comes to leftover ice cream, it's every man for himself. That's how it seems to be all the time. The older I get.
You still haven't told me what's going on. Is it school?
Nah, don't worry about it.
No, what is it? And no rush, but the party starts in 15 minutes.
I'm not going to the party, but you feel free to leave me in my time of need.
Why aren't you going to the party? We always go together.
Not tonight, or ever again. I'm never going to a Pi Kappa party again.
Lucy, what happened?
Jace happened.
He's the president, right?
Uh-huh. And he's a grade A douchebag.
Most of those guys are. I tried to warn you about them.
Yeah, you told me so. Anyway, do you remember the party 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. You wore that new purple lipstick.
You remember that? Anyway, I met him that night and he went on and on about...
Let me guess.
He said,
How beautiful you are?
well, yeah.
Even with messy hair. And those on. But he wouldn't know anything about that, would he?
No, just you. Anyway, a lot went on with him that night and it basically ruined my life.
Don't tell me he...
No, don't worry. Everything was consensual, and after all that, he won't call me back.
I'm sorry, Lucy. He's such a tool. Is that his watch?
Oh, yeah. My dad has one just like it.
I thought I recognized it.
Jace probably forgot he gave it to me. He was so wasted that night. I don't know what to do with it now. Should I give it back?
Should you jump off a building? You could get a lot of money for that thing.
I don't want money. I want Jace to like me.
But why? He broke your heart.
Because he's hot, I'm lonely, and I think he's got a Porsche.
So what? He's a butterface who'll stick his tongue down any girl's throat without even knowing their name. He probably never even knew your name in the first place.
Oh, shut up, Mitch. What do you care anyway?
I care a lot. He shouldn't treat someone like you that way, Lucy.
What do you mean by that?
What?
What?
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to that party, and we're going to tell Jace off. But leave the watch here because we're going to pawn it.
Nah, I'm gonna stay here and binge watch Clueless, wearing my backwards shirt that smells like Fruit Loops and bitterness. That's all I have now.
That's not all you have. Come on. We have to show Jace that you're not intimidated by him.
I'm not, though. I just don't want to see him if he doesn't want to see me.
Who cares if he doesn't want to see you? Make him see you. Use your bitterness to our advantage. Throat punch him.
Dude, chill. It's not that serious. I'm fine. I'm not sobbing on the ground. I'm fully functioning.
Not sobbing on the ground doesn't mean you're fully functioning. You shouldn't let one guy ruin your life. So naturally, I'm concerned.
Don't be.
I can't help it.
Well, I appreciate that, for what it's worth.
That's all?
I'm glad you're here.
After all this time, you still don't see it.
See what?
I don't expect anything, Lucy. I just want you to know how I feel, just in case you get tired of chasing after guys who only want to hit it and quit it.
Oh.
Did I make it awkward?
No way, and I'm not just saying that.
I know I can get too real
Dude, chill. I'm just thinking.
Oh, good. Maybe. What about?
It's just, Jace reminds me so much of my dad, and I honestly don't know if that's good or bad.
You don't need a guy like your dad.
So, you think I need a guy like you?
I mean, if the shoe fits.
I don't know how I didn't see it before,
What?
that I'm into you.
Easy. You were blinded by the biggest asshat of Pi Kappa Phi.
Very funny.
Who's joking? Too soon? I'm sorry, I'm joking. Please love me, Luce.
Don't worry. All is well. So, where do we go from here?
How about a nice dinner tomorrow night? That'll give you enough time to shower.
Hey, I showered 2 days ago. I need to get it together and fix my phone.
That's what you should do to Jace's watch.
I thought you wanted to pawn it.
I think breaking it would give you more closure.
Isn't it stupid that I need closure for something that was never really open to begin with?
Not at all. People can be very unreliable when it comes to love.
Very reassuring.
I don't mean me.
Sure you don't.
So, just to get this straight, you don't want to go to the party, kick Jace where it hurts, and make short-term memories with strangers?
You know, I think we ought to drop these frat parties. They're lame.
Yeah. And besides, I'm getting pretty tired of waking up in a bathtub with only a sombrero on and no will to live.
So, what are we gonna do for fun?
We could go to the zoo. And hiking. And indie concerts and record stores. And all that hipster shit millennials do these days for fun.
We go to frat parties to turn up. How are we gonna turn up at the zoo?
You can turn up anywhere you go. Even bingo night, probably. You in?
I'm not going to bingo night. It's not a deal breaker, but it's pretty damn close.
Good. That's a test. So what do we do now?
Let's go get you some ice cream. And let's be real, I could go for more.
Cool. You ready?
Almost. What do you think?
I think it looks much better that way.
I think so too.
Hey, Lucy. Are you sure you want to give this a try? You and me?
As long as we're good to each other, I don't see the harm in it.
Well said. After you.
I loved him. And I didn't understand how or why or what exactly that meant to either of us in the space that we took from one another. But I did. I loved him. And when I loved him, I prayed that God would never let me find anything else like this ever again. Maybe it's because I loved him. But I dreamt that God had placed a promise in the folds of my rib cage. I've never been good with words, but I tried to translate God's postcard etchings into words. The closest I could get is, he will be a sunset. Remember that? He will be a sunset. Remember that? And I loved him. I loved him.
My grandmother always said, live with him before you marry him. It's easier to leave when you're not married. But I was young, and he was young, and I was young. And she wanted us to be safe. I didn't want to be a single mother. I wanted to have a family. And besides, I loved him.
I was always uncomfortable when I found out that men were attracted to me. I was always shy, always afraid of how they made me feel when I knew they were interested. But he was different. We were young. We were at the beach. The way the sunlight bounced off the murky ocean water. The way I looked at him. And I remember the way we were silent that first day. The way he waved me over. The way I looked at him. How I liked him. I liked him a lot. I was 15. I don't even know who I was when I was 15. And 15 years later, I still don't know who I would have been without him. All I knew was that I liked him. I liked him a lot. And I still remember the first thing he said to me when we left the beach that day together.
You know what? I really like you.
It was at that moment. I don't even know if the sun was going down, but I do believe that was God, for the first time, pressing his hands into my rib cage. He will be a sunset. Remember that. He will be a sunset. Remember that.
I don't remember his good qualities so much now. I remember he was charming, thoughtful, and romantic. I needed to hear that he loved me, and he always knew when to say that he did. You know, one time, right after I finished feeding our first son, he picked him up and he played rocket ship with him. He swung him up above his head and down again. Our son loved playing rocket ship. So much so that he spit up. Right in his father's mouth. And as disgusting as that was, with him spitting out baby vomit on the sidewalk, I was laughing, he was laughing. We were a family. My mother hated him. My father hated him. Everyone hated him. But we were a family. And I loved him.
I don't remember the first time he placed the sunset on my skin, but I remember the smell of his breath, the way the alcohol made him angrier than usual. I still think about when he found out that I was pregnant with our first son. I still remember the sunsets he left scattered along the folds of my rib cage. His foot, a sledgehammer, into the fragile concrete of my belly. It was at that moment. I don't even think I was human. I married him 3 months after our son was born.
I remember the first time I tried to leave. I packed a suitcase in the back of our bedroom closet, just in case things got a little scary and I needed to get away quickly. I did this months before I knew I was expecting. He was going to counseling. He was going to his AA meetings. He wanted to change. Especially after I became pregnant and after he kicked me. Sex was better. He was better. Things got better. I forgot about the suitcase until he found it.
Do you see what you made me do? Your fucking nose is bleeding. Now everyone's gonna know. Look what you made me do. It's all your fault. It's not my fault you make me angry.
I never knew how to get away from him, not even in the dark. Not even with the things he left on my skin. Just another scar, nothing major, nothing to worry about. Long sleeves, just the sunset. They fade. They always fade, after all.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
He will be a sunset. Remember that.
I can't lose you. Don't leave me. I love you.
He will be a sunset.
You fucking bitch!
He will be a sunset.
Don't leave me. I love you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I'm sorry.
Don't leave me.
He will be a sunset.
I'll change. I'll be better, I swear.
He will be a sunset.
I love you, babe. I love you so much.
He will be a sunset.
You're gonna leave, aren't you?
He will be a sunset.
I hope you fucking die, you flop of fucking shit.
He will be a sunset.
You call this food? It tastes like fucking shit.
He will be a sunset.
Better not tell anyone about this, so help me God.
He will be a sunset.
No one will ever want you.
He will be a sunset.
You worthless bitch. Ugly ass bitch.
He will be the sunset.
No one would even believe you.
He will be a sunset.
You look like shit today, stupid cunt.
And I loved him.
How do you dig up a secret you buried deep in your body?
And I love him. I love him. I love him.
I don't want to raise our children alone.
I don't know who I am without this man.
Is it wrong of me to take them away from their father?
And I love him. I love him. I love him.
I don't want them to grow up without a father.
I don't know where he ends and I begin.
Does silence still give him the right to my body?
And I love him. I love him. I love him.
I will fix him. It's not his fault. He's in pain. I can't just leave him.
He stopped making love to me years ago.
Does marriage still give him the right to my body?
I love him. I love him. I still love him.
How can I go on without him?
If you let him fuck you without him wanting to, is that still rape?
It hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts.
But I still love him. I shouldn't have tried to leave.
I don't know who I am without this man. Where would I even go?
I keep trying to remind him of how it was before.
I don't have any money. I don't want to leave him.
So many of us never get out.
I don't want to get out. I want him.
I want to stay here. I just want him to love me.
I want my kids to have two parents who love each other, who are happy.
I don't even know if we love each other anymore.
Are sunsets a sign of love?
I remember how he used to take my hands and we would dance as the radio would fill the house. Where is that man?
I miss him.
He's not here anymore.
I remember on New Year's Eve how he hit me.
Pushed me into the bed.
Grabbed my neck with his hands.
I remember how the beach looked.
How he pushed me into the sheets. children.
Pushed me into the mattress until I disappeared.
My children! What about my children?
I love you.
Shouldn't have packed that suitcase.
I love you.
I should have left sooner.
I love you.
Who's gonna raise my children if I die?
Don't leave.
I love you. I'm sorry.
Now, which plane? The question becomes,
Why would you stay with a man?
That puts his hands on you.
It's familiar.
it's safe.
I know how this plays out.
I know how it ends.
It's the only thing I've ever known.
It's very, very safe.
No one else will ever want me.
I don't want to start over.
I'm afraid to start over.
I don't want my kids to not have a dad.
Because I don't want to be alone.
Because I love him.
Because I love you.
Because I
Because
love him.
I love him.
And I loved him. And I didn't really understand how or why or what that meant to either of us in the space that we took from one another. But I did. I loved him. And when I loved him, I prayed that God would never let me feel anything else like that ever again. And maybe it's because I loved him, but I dreamt that God had placed a promise in the folds of my ribcage. I've never been good with words, but I tried my best to translate God's postcard etchings into words, and the closest I could seem to come up with is, he'll be a sunset, and he will fade. Sunsets, as beautiful and painful as they are temporary. Remember that. This won't last forever. Remember that. He will be a sunset, and he will fade. Remember that. And I loved him. I loved him. I just loved me more.
There you go again.
OMG! Where's the therapist? Is the appointment even today? Are you wasting my time like you always do?
Here comes another couple. Sit down.
Okay, after this session, we must take care of this.
You got time for all that, man? I gotta get back to the studio and make that money.
You've been using that lousy excuse for months. This is serious. We're talking about your freedom.
It's hard out here. If I don't keep my pockets on swole, it's back to the streets selling that cricket crap. And besides, if this doesn't work out, my fan base and my sales go up. Street cred goes up when you bout that life.
What was I thinking?
Oh my God, Debbie. That's Black Sun God. He's one of the biggest rappers out there.
Ew. I thought it was Lil Wayne for a second.
I'm gonna introduce myself. Maybe I can get some tickets for a concert.
Ew, well, why don't you just ask him out on a date? You sound like a groupie.
Hey, Sun God! I'm your biggest fan. I got all your albums, from Trap School Musical to And Black Sun God We Trust. Yo, they play all your songs at work, man. Especially on Fleet. Hey, you think I can get some tickets for my coworkers? You don't even listen to his music. Sorry. This is my wife, Debbie.
So, I like concerts, though.
Check this out, bro. I ain't here for all that. I'm here to make things right, right?
Ugh, see what you did? That's why you don't have any friends.
You're one to talk. All your friends are your Instagram followers. But wait, I thought you didn't have a bae. Whatever happened to, I hit the highway before I find bae?
I hit the high before I find bae.
What the hell, Terrell? Ew, that rhymed. I hate rhymes.
That's just rap talk, baby. What the hell, bro?
Wait, this is your bae? My bad, man.
We're all adults here. Will you two stop using that word? Besides, I prefer wife or partner.
Well, at least he didn't call you an ice cream.
I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. What's your name?
I'm Lupita, Terrell's wife and lawyer.
You're his lawyer too? Let me guess. Y'all met during the case.
Yes.
Yeah, babe got me out some mess a while back. She my ride or die.
I wish I had a ride or die.
And I wish you would grow a pair.
Oh, hey, where's that marriage counselor?
Ugh, I hate waiting.
Hi, how is everyone?
You're good, yeah. Damn!
Really? Right in front.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Benover, your marriage counselor, and today I'll be guiding you all to healthy relationships. Obviously, you guys suck at being in relationships, right? But that's why I'm here, to pick up the pieces and put them back together.
Put what back together?
Your relationship.
I'm gonna need Dr. Bend over to bend over for me.
I heard that.
So?
Stop. Wait, aren't you that rapper, that Lil Wayne?
No, that's Black Sun, goddammit! Emperor Jr. King Daniel Lane!
Sorry, I can see that you are a rapper. I'm assuming that you two have a problem with infidelity.
Yo, that's rapist.
Is that even a word?
No, it isn't.
Ew, gross. I hate it when people make up their own words. Like, why? Dumb much?
Right. And I'm assuming that you are the provoker in your relationship. Is it crazy much?
Finally, somebody understands me.
Right, but by the way, what's everyone's name other than Black Sun God?
I'm Brett.
I'm Lupita.
And I'm Debbie. Debbie Downer! Sorry, just kidding, Debbie. Well, now that I know everyone's name and problem, we are going to do a fun exercise.
Oh, cool.
Everyone is going to trade places with their partners using puppets. It's a way for you to see how you act through your partner's eyes.
Is this Dr. Bendover's couples therapy?
Dr. Benover. And yes, what's your name?
Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Whatever. What's up?
Well, you're just in time, Bobby. We're about to start a couples exercise. And where's your partner?
In the car.
Well, why don't you go get her?
Let me see if she's calmed down.
Something seems off with that Bobby dude.
Yeah, I know.
And those Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
Now let's all be nice.
No, you're the one that's being ignorant. Stop being so stubborn, Sarah. Stop calling me a nut. I'm not a nut. I'm a nut. You're a bottle.
What the?
This is my wife, Sarah.
Like, you need to be at an intervention, not marriage counseling, Debbie.
Dude, this can't be real.
Dude fell in love with a Barbie doll.
Let's proceed. Bobby and Sarah, you can watch.
Oh, can we go?
Sure. Look, I'm Debbie. I'm a princess. I hate everything.
Look, I'm red, I'm boring. I suck so bad I can't even grow a pair of balls.
That's so not me.
Okay. Good. Your turn, Sun God and Lupita.
That's Black Sun God, and I ain't doing this.
Why?
I can't be seen playing with puppets on TV. I'm a gangster.
TV?
Yes, isn't this reality TV? Don't I get paid?
No. This is real marriage counseling.
What's the matter, Terrell?
Wait. Her name's Dr. Benover. That's Debbie Downer, and this student is in a relationship with a doll.
These are real people with real problems.
Yeah, Terrell.
I am not a Debbie Downer.
I can't. I'm out. You coming, Lupita, to work on this case?
Are you going to continue to put up with that, Lupita?
Are you leaving or no?
Yeah. But not with you. I'm filing for divorce.
What?
It's over, Terrell.
Well, you can't leave me.
Watch it.
Wow. That took an unusual turn.
Black Sun God is my hero.
Shut up. That's such a shame. Oh well, let's move on to exercise number 2. We're going to play I Confess.
Ooh, can Sarah and I join this time?
Sure. Well, let's start with Red and Debbie. Debbie, you start.
Okay.
Well,
I confess that I don't like how you carry yourself as a man. Like, you're so passive, and I hate it.
Like a woman.
Brett, it's your turn.
I confess that I'm a stripper. Yeah, I know. I've been doing it for 2 years. And you should start calling me Yum Yum. I love dancing, especially to Black Sun God's music.
Yeah, okay. I'm out.
Oh my.
Ooh, I could throw up and die right now.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Love it or hate it, I'm gonna continue to do what makes me happy. And that's strip.
This went from couples therapy to Jerry Springer.
That's Yum Yum to you.
I am so done with you.
Well, I'm gonna go strip. You guys should come. Your lady would love it.
I guess we were the sane ones after all, Sarah. Come here.
What's up, man?
Hey, man, how you been?
Look at you. What the fuck, man? You can't visit me more often?
Oh, man, I know. I've
Yeah,
been busy, man. Sorry.
So busy you forget about your own blood? Come on.
All right, man. My bad. I'll visit you more.
So what's this? You got this?
Yeah, man. So we can eat.
And you pay a lot?
Not worry. Not much, man. Don't worry about it.
You don't have to get all this.
It's all good, man. I got you.
So what's up? How things
man.
been?
Usual shit. Same day. Different things, you know, man.
Yeah, man. How's your mom?
She's all right. She's working 2 jobs right now, man. Pretty much breaking her back.
Yeah, she still got what, like 2 or 3 jobs, huh?
Yeah, man. She's doing this psychic network thing every time she comes home. Sort of like a hotline thing.
So she does that tarot card thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, does it pay good?
If it did, I didn't think she'd have another 2 jobs.
Yeah, you right.
So, how you been, man?
I don't know. Bored. Fucking tired all the time.
I have to leave soon.
Okay.
Yeah, something came up, man.
Okay, when you leaving?
About half an hour or so.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
How's the neighborhood?
Changing. Shit's sad.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. College kids coming in, moving in, saying they want to live the urban experience or some shit.
What the fuck they want that for?
Nah, man. The cops be out there all the time now. They be over there, you know, saying we intimidating the other tenants.
The cops saying that?
Yeah, man.
The cops actually going out there?
They be there like in 5 minutes.
Shit, I remember they wouldn't even show up.
Shoot, man. They want to kick us out, man. Trying to get us evicted. Saying we make too much noise. Starting a petition.
A petition? What the fuck's that gonna do?
I don't know.
Hey, you think it might work?
I don't know, man. But they got rid of a shit ton of us.
Us?
Yeah, the Puerto Ricans, the ones that live upstairs. Remember?
Yeah.
Got evicted. The Robertsons too. Jesus. Yeah, man. They got rid of everything, man. I don't even know anymore. Shoot, man. But everything's all right, man. I'm thinking of actually going into the business, man.
Why are you thinking about it?
Time's tough, man. Rent's going up.
So why not get a job?
You didn't get a job.
And look where I am.
You're a fucking legend,
For
man.
what?
People still talk about you, man.
Yeah, what they saying?
They saying you the A1. Shit's changed since you got locked up, man. We're losing the neighborhood to those fucking hipsters.
Hey, Cal, stand
3664053, sir.
I did not call out to you.
Hey, man, don't be letting that
Shut
fucking
up.
car tell you what to do. You're better
I
than
said shut
that,
the
man.
fuck up.
What did you just say to me?
I was talking to my
Did I
business.
tell you to speak? Speak?
3664053, sir. I was talking to my visitor, sir.
O is not a number.
0, sir.
Identify yourself properly.
3664053, sir.
There you go. See? You can civilize a savage with enough training. Sit down. Have a good day.
Hey, man, don't be letting that fucking car tell you what to do. Hey, yeah, you. Come on, man. You all right, man? Don't let that car put you down, man.
You're gonna finish school.
What?
You're gonna get an education. You're gonna work shitty jobs, and you're gonna do better than everybody in your class.
Look, man.
Shut up!
You gonna talk to me like that,
You're
man?
not gonna bring me these fucking sticks no more.
What are you
You're not
doing,
gonna
man?
be sneaking shit in here, you understand me?
What you need,
I need
man?
you to listen to me. You say everybody respects me?
Yeah,
Then
man.
shut up and show me the respect you say I've earned. You know what my street name was?
Flood.
You know why?
You flooded the market with your product.
Nah. I spend so much wherever I go. It was like a flood of money. I'd walk into places and buy everyone's food. Where I went, I spent. Everyone loved me. I was hood famous. I thought that was respect. It's not respect.
People still talking
They
about
talk.
you, man.
That's all that shit is talk. How many of them gonna put me up somewhere when I get out? How many of them gonna give me a job? How many of them gonna pay my bills like I paid their bills back in the day?
But if you're making your own money, what the fuck does that matter?
What you think I'm going back in the game after this? Man, fuck that. Fuck the respect. Where the fuck did that respect get me? It got me here. It got me here standing up, almost begging some CO not to fucking punish me. Where's all that money I made? It ain't here, is it? They got it. The fucking feds got all of it. Even if I did have any money, what good does it do? It'll stop the COs from making my life a fucking living hell. And you think the minute I get out, I'm gonna go back into the life and wind up back here? You need to get educated, man. You think I don't know you can make more in 2 hours selling rock than you can a whole week flipping burgers? But that's the trick, man. If it looks too good to be true, then it is. They're gonna catch you, guaranteed. Then they take you away. They take your money. Even anything you made legitly because those fucking RICO laws let them do it. Then the shit hits. When they got enough families broken up with half the dads in prison, they move on your neighborhood. Rent goes up. Could have been covered with 2 incomes in the apartment, both making steady checks, but now moms gotta work 2, 3 jobs and you still get evicted. Then they flip the projects and make millions and force the rest of the, and clean the rest of the hood up with their fucking petitions, forcing everybody out who already did good about rules. It's the fucking whitewash. I'm not fucking finished. Where the kids at? Tell me. The kids is left alone. No mom to look after them because she's working so hard. No dad because he locked up for dealing. Then the kids get caught up in the game and they get locked up too. That's when they let the dads out. When it's too late to tell the kids to put down those rocks and that powder. When it's too late to break the cycle. You get it in your head that the only way to make it is through selling. Because it's easy money, because it's fast money. Nah, that's temporary. You get caught. It's a guarantee. When you start making too much and things start getting too good for you, that's when they take you and your money. It's a fucking setup. That's why I ain't going back into the business. It's a fucking deal with the devil. It's a goddamn conspiracy.
You're talking crazy, man.
Finish school. Get a career. Do arts if you fucking want. Just don't end up in the trap. Don't break your mother's heart. Don't end up scared of some damn CO taking privileges away from you. You're gonna lose the neighborhood to them. That's already gonna happen. But work. Work hard. Move up the ladder. Get money the right way. One day, come back, buy the buildings back with the money you made working hard. Give it to the Puerto Ricans or the Robinsons upstairs. Do what you have to do. Do it, tell them to take it back using their own rules. But don't fucking end up like me.
Who's gonna hire me?
You fight for it. People are gonna see that hunger. They're gonna respect your hustle. They're gonna want you making money with them. It's gonna take time, but you gotta get out of the game. Promise me.
Look, man, I don't know, man.
Make sure you get the respect the right way through your accomplishments. Not because you bought people shit, but because they respect who you are.
But that's just lies.
You gotta fight. You gotta fight real hard. But you got to. It's the only way, man. It's the only way out. Do better than everybody. Fight harder than everybody. Cry, man. You're gonna want to cry so much that you're gonna want to give up. But know that it's much more than this prison being the end of your road.
Nah, man, that's too
Don't
late for
fucking
me.
say that.
It's true, man. I'm a fuck up. I don't have any skills. That was a beautiful speech and shit, but that's not reality. Who's gonna hire me? No one's gonna give me a chance. I'm not gonna make money like that legally. That's just not me. You know it's true. How many of those actually make it out there? It's a fucking conspiracy. But what else can I do? Watch as my mom has moved out, moving somewhere where she doesn't even know the people? That sets us back. That don't help. Then we're pushed back, starting all over in the fucking same routine. That's not winning. So play the game. Fucking make the system work for you. You know? Look, man, it was nice seeing you, but I gotta go. I'll try to finish school.
All right.
I love you, man.
I love you too. Take care of your mom for me. Tell her I said hi.
Yeah.
Be good. You can get out of this, but you gotta want to get out. Okay?
Whatever, man.
If you're gonna come and visit me longer next time.
All right.
Here go.
Your visit's over. Back inside.
hold it. You look lovely. Okay. Here. Oh God. Hurry. Put this on. Just a minute. Not like that. Please come in.
Oh, my dear, sweet, wonderful Virgin Maid Marianne. My dear, you're looking very repellent today.
Friar, have you been in the Holy Communion wine again?
I've had a few drinks, and what of it? I have great news for you, my dear Marianne. Your beloved Robin of Locksley is back in town. He came riding back to town after the fight for the Holy Land. But he found his home had been robbed, and his family had been killed by a family of dogs. And Marianne, he begged me to speak on his behalf and tell you that he's coming for your hand. He wants you for his bride. You'll be married, and peace will reign again in this fair land. My dear girl, let me give you a token, a kiss. Oh, Martha, and Maid Marianne.
Marian, I can't believe after all these years that Robin has been gone, his love for you is still so strong. He really does love you. He hasn't seen you in 10 years. You were just a girl then, and under 5 feet tall. At last, you will be married. Thank God. Now, let's go to the women's big and tall and find your beautiful wedding dress.
Hello! Hello! Marian! Is anyone here? Marian, blushing with youth, how I want to hold you in the honesty of truth. We are true lovers, lovers in romance. How you make all the men want to lose their pants, and then seize their sword.
Prayers before house.
Hey, Marian, what do you think of this color draped in the royal toilets? You're not Maid Marian. Who are you? What have you done with her? Have you done to kill her? What do you want? Why am I asking so many questions? I am Robin of Locksley. Perhaps you might have heard of me. I take from the rich and give to the poor. I rob your men in force every night, Sheriff of Nottingham, and I give it back to the people who need it most, the poor. And I know you because of your feathered locks. The legend is true! You have some of the greatest hair in all of England. And might I say, your hair is bite. It's fierce! Oh, do you really think so? I try to keep up my appearance for the younger generation. I'm not too popular, you know, so I do what I can to be the sex symbol. Peasants. Gotta make that money somehow. Does that work? Yeah. There's 3 things I like. Masquerading all night. The riffs in the mandolin. Yes. And ladies in waiting. We are the same. Recently, I decided to take up a wife. Settle down with only one lady. The Maid Marian. What? You cannot have her. Why not? She's the best dancer in all of the balls. She can sing, and is beautiful too. Don't know what I would do without her. I shall take her, and we will go live in the forest and be surrounded by trees and eat wild honey. And you're not invited. Fine. Wait! Stop. It's too risky. Rob in here. I'll go watch him over there. It's scary how much we look alike. My own mother can't tell the difference.
Oh!
Maid Marian! You are as beautiful and fair as I remember in my youth.
She's over there.
Maid Marian, you are as beautiful and fair as I remember in my youth. Maid Marian, will you marry me?
Marion, did I take that Robert into town? Yes, I did say that he wants to marry you.
Friar, will you marry me and Maid Marian right now?
Yes, but first, the communion wine. Now, do you, Maid Marian, take Robin of Locksley to be a lovely wedded husband? Do you, Robin of Locksley, take Maid Marian to be a lovely wedded wife?
Yes, yes, I do. I'm terribly sorry. I must have the wrong woman. Are you the Maid Marian? I was expecting someone with more cleavage and less back hair.
He's tall, he's funny, he likes taking other people's money. He's great, he's grand, he's just where they marry.
Oh, hell!
report. I wrote, Sheriff Nottingham is a naughty boy.